one and all to the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast for our prediction and review. We're going to do it all in one shot tonight, folks, for Crown Jewel. I am your King of Extreme, Phil KOE, joined by my indomitable broadcast partner,
Tony G. How we doing, folks?
Sorry we didn't get into our regular preview and then review videos, folks.
Yeah, we just felt like with all the political going-ons across the world, we were going to take a stand here at the RWP and not do a prediction video. Or it was just at noon and we had to work, so sorry. We're going to get this all in one shot. We've been avoiding spoilers. We did give our predictions to each other, so we do know.
Phone, so we know we had it actually documented what our predictions were.
At like 10:30, 11, before the show kicked off at noon, as far as we know. We sent each other our predictions, so there is no changing allowed at this point. Yep. I can even show the timestamp if we need, but we trust each other here.
Yep. Now, all the controversy surrounding this show, and boy, I mean, this one has been a heaping helping of controversy.
A little bit.
And there's even rumors of Hulk Hogan coming back just to be that controversy cherry on top of the controversy Sunday. But all that being said, they're going forward with it, and you know what?
Yeah.
The show will be what it is, and I'm sure the wrestling will be great.
Yeah, if nothing else, the wrestling is going to be really good. So, I didn't get to write it down on a big card.
We've always tried to avoid, getting into, politics and, the reality tabloid talk. Boy, we sure picked a heck of a time to stick to that. But we stick to it, Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. So, all that being said, let's move on down the card.
Starting off, I assume, would be the curtain jerker since it was a late edition. Nakamura, if you forgot, still U.S. champion. Apparently, he's defending his title against Rusev. I know, crazy. No shocker here.
Rusev? No, it's going to be just
Nakamura.
Kind of a Rusev day.
Yeah.
I got Nakamura.
Yeah, that's a no-brainer. New Day and The Bar defending their tag titles. Oh, sorry. There we go. Who you got? I remember who you got.
It's a new day! Yes, it is!
I've got The Bar. I don't see a title change here. I think with the addition of Big Show, they're keeping the belts on them. Enough said. Then we've got... I want to get into the tournament yet, so we're going to go with the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker, versus DX, Triple H, and Shawn Michaels coming out of retirement. Who you got? Of course.
Kane and Taker. Win, lose, or draw, I'm always marking out for Kane and Taker.
Yeah, that's the entire reason that Triple H won that other one. That and Triple H's ego, but I digress. Of course, Kane Taker.
Yeah.
So
lightning could strike twice here.
Then let's go ahead and get into the tournament. On the Raw side, we've got Seth Rollins and Lashley. Who you got there?
Burn it down! It's going to be Seth.
Okay, I've got Seth as well. Kurt Angle, Dolph Ziggler. Who you got there?
That's going to be a really good match. That's actually going to be one of my picks for grappling wrestling match of the night. Going to be Kurt.
Yep, I got to go with Kurt as well. Then let's say, well, since we both agree, if it's the next round,
let's stay in the first round.
All right. SmackDown side, Jeff Hardy and The Miz, who you got?
The man who came to play The Miz.
I've actually got Jeff Hardy.
Well, we shall see.
Then we've got Mysterio and Orton. Who you got?
Gotta be Mysterio.
Yep, I got Mysterio as well. So then the next...
Mysterio would be pretty awesome.
Yeah, the next round...
Actually, it was pretty awesome when they wrestled last time.
Exactly. We get a point for winners of the match, obviously, but then you're going to get a point if that guy goes ahead and wins the next match, bracket style. So if your guy doesn't make it, you're obviously not going to get a point. Yep. If you win, you get it.
Yeah.
You know how bracket works. So we both have Angle and Rollins in the next round. Who you got there?
Rollins.
I got Angle.
Ooh. I got a chance for the belt now, folks.
And then you've got Miz and Mysterio.
I'm going to go with Miz.
Okay. Actually, and I've got Mysterio and Hardy, and I'm going to stick with Mysterio. So that would give me Mysterio and Angle. That would give you Rollins and Miz.
Yep, Rollins and Miz for the rematch. And actually, I take it back. That will probably be match of the night.
Okay. Who you got there?
Rollins.
Okay. I want to preface that I actually prefer his picks on that because I think Seth is right there where this is perfect for him to win this tournament. That said, I think that this is more of a throwback card. You've got all these throwback wrestlers like Shawn Michaels and The Undertaker. I think it makes more sense to put Angle and Mysterio in the final, and I think they've been pushed a little harder in the tournament as far as booking-wise and segments go. So that's why I've got them in the final. So to win it all, I've got Rey Mysterio.
In terms of it being a World Cup, I actually think that's a better play because the winner shouldn't be an American.
Right.
As much as I hate to say that, God bless the USA, grandma and apple pie, but if it's going to be a World Cup, it should have an international flavor to it. All that being said, it's going to be Seth.
All right.
So we'll see how that one goes.
I think Seth should win it too, but I think it'll be Mysterio.
There's a chance, KOE Nation. There is a chance.
So real quick, 2 championship matches. AJ versus Joe is the last minute change. I think we both know.
The phenomenal AJ Styles will retain.
Has to be.
By hook or crook, he will retain.
Yeah, him beating Daniel Bryan was the original finish. He did that on SmackDown. He's probably going to do it again here. So, I assume the main event, we would assume again, who knows at this point.
It could be Taker.
Could be. But,
okay.
Brock Lesnar and Braun Strowman, vacant Universal title, we will have a new champion.
My prediction, Hogan comes in, 3 punches, hits the boot, drops the leg, new Universal champion.
It's the only thing that makes sense.
It's happened so many times before.
Exactly.
So,
has to happen.
I mean, you can't discount that as a possibility.
Can't rule it out.
No, so.
And if that actually happens, people are going to call bullshit on this being a real prediction.
Yeah, but.
But, no, in all honesty, I think we know how this has to play out, right?
Braun!
Exactly.
It's gotta be. He's going to be the guy to carry the circus.
He has to.
Brock can't go into the UFC with, as much as I'd love to see it, he can't go with a Universal title over his shoulder because everyone's just going to give him so much crap about it.
Time they find there's a void to fill on Raw. And there's no reason not to pull the trigger on Braun Strowman now.
Yep.
It's got to be Braun.
You can easily get him as hot as he was 3 months ago.
Exactly.
It wouldn't take much at all.
Nope.
So, yeah, that's my prediction. It's going to be Braun, but I am holding an extra credit tiebreaker point. If Hogan does, in fact, drop the leg, I get the tiebreaker point. Deal?
Fair enough.
Okay. I mean, you might have just signed your own loss warrant there. I mean, Hogan is in the arena.
House Show in the Desert is probably going to be the one that kicks my ass, but whatever.
No, this is Braun's last stand in the sand, folks.
Well, we will see you in like 4.5 hours.
And the winner of Crown Jewel and new Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast Champion, Phil KOE. Thank you, Miz, with that excellent 5-star victory over Rey Mysterio.
I hate Randy Orton.
I'm sure you do. Thank you, Randy. I give you 4 stars tonight. And to the KOE Nation, I give you 6.3 stars. Your new champion. I have been pursuing this championship since the podcast began. And since it's a time and season of change, it is time for a change. It's time to out with the old Wrestling Podcast champion. I will lead the KOE Nation and this podcast into a new era. It will be glorious.
Is that really necessary?
Absolutely necessary. I've got a speech ready if you would like to hear it.
No, we're not done with Crown Jewel yet.
Okay.
We figured we'd pause our viewing to
christen the new champion, Phil KOE. Really, this goes out to all of you, KOE Nation. I couldn't have done it without you. The winner of the World Cup and the apparent best in the world,
Shane McMahon.
Yeah,
So that
sorry
happened.
for none of us getting that one right. Yeah, that happened. Hey, that was just a playing out of every promoter's son there's ever been in every territory there's ever been, unfortunately. That was ridiculous. It was unnecessary. It did nothing for anybody. I don't understand what the purpose was.
Was Cena supposed to win this thing, or what happened? What the hell happened?
I could see Cena being the one who's supposed to, but I don't even know. This was a clusterfuck. I don't know how we got here.
I thought for a second there maybe, Mysterio was going to come back, because that would have made sense. I could have had it back.
Not to be.
Nope. Instead we got...
Yeah.
We got that.
So what do you give that?
That what? The tournament? The match?
That match.
You can't... I give that 2 shits.
Yeah, it's about right.
Here at RWP, we grade on a wrestle shit scale of 1 to 3 shits. I'm going to give it a 2 shits.
When it's just a bad match, it didn't need to happen. That's where we go, but...
The best in the world, now we know,
is...
Shane O'Mac.
Yep. Huh. That's unfortunate that that's how the tournament that made Phil KOE champion
Yeah, there you
had
go.
to conclude.
The event that you won your title at, crowned the best in the world, is Shane McMahon.
Well,
there you go.
at least
That sums up
one
his title
best
reign.
in the world, Phil KOE,
In other
was
news,
crowned this evening
in
the
other
King of
news,
Extreme
okay.
and the King of the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast.
In other news, the Bar retained their tag titles. AJ retained his world title. And inexplicably, Brock Lesnar is again Universal Champion. For whatever reason, that match sucked too.
Yeah, that one,
Wasn't
the
great.
minute Braun started hitting any move, everybody turned and they were all like, yes, go Braun! And that was the moment that pulled the trigger on him, but...
Nope. They
Now, I will give Braun credit. That was a big boy to fly over the top rope
Yeah.
like that. Like, that's...
Done right, that match could have happened, could have been fine. Not great.
But Brock really can't afford to get himself injured with him having a UFC.
So yeah, let's
fight
put the title
right
on
around
it. Yep,
Well,
put the belt up.
it's, it is Vince pushing his chips all in, but if Brock can somehow pull off a duck... Sorry.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
sorry. I'm sorry.
We still
I
got,
can dream.
yeah, we got one match left. Let's go be nostalgic.
The Brothers of Destruction versus... The winner of this match, D-Generation X, I guess.
So that's 2 overseas shows in a row that we were way underestimating
the power
ego
of having the power of the book.
that there. So not only do we get the Triple H vindicates his Triple H Taker Mania losses,
With one arm
he also
tied behind his back.
He also now gets the DX over the Brothers of Destruction vindication. All that said, wow, what a trooper, because
Yeah.
clearly,
I'll give you, hats
Wow.
off to you, Hunter. I mean, I'll give
Wow.
it to you. The fact that you're
saw what you were doing, I said, torn pec. He tore his pec. I could see it, and
We looked it up after, and yeah, sure enough.
torn pectoral. And so I can only about imagine the excruciating pain you're going through.
Oy.
People were giving him problems because there was a moment where him and Taker both went into the barricade. Like, he had to be at hallucination levels of pain.
Yeah, it had to be
So,
that.
I'm not taking anything away from you. As a guy who's broken bones and had injuries like that before, the fact that you were able to soldier on through that, I give you all the credit in the world.
4 chiseled vets in the ring, still told a story, still had in-ring psychology, still kept it together. Kudos to all 4
And,
guys.
yeah, kudos.
Especially Sean, who didn't know he was going to have to carry the match that much.
Suddenly he's like, oh, hey boys, gotta call an audible. And so, yeah.
Moonsault off the top rope.
Yeah, so.
All that said, match was as good as it could have been.
Actually, with that being said,
Oh.
Triple H's effort, I have to give a King Kong Bundy 5-star effort just for your effort. Yeah,
Fair enough.
okay, that gets not just a 5-star, that gets a King Kong Bundy 5.
That's fair.
So the rest of the match was what it was. 4 grizzled veterans doing what they had to in the face of disaster.
And hey, we got the in-ring return of Shawn Michaels. So
Did we ever?
you
I
can't
thought he
crap
was
on
going to
it.
be in for 3 minutes tops, and he ended up having to carry it. So, and you know, if there's anybody that you ever needed to call an audible,
Yeah.
you could do a lot worse than Shawn Michaels. So,
You can do Shane McMahon.
really? Now, granted, I wish we were recording that live. I have not laughed that hard in weeks. When he said, you know, the best person to put in? Me! And I thought this was a joke. I thought this was like a rib on the entire audience. I was actually on the ground laughing.
Yeah. It was bad.
So, Crown Jewel.
Kind of took the event down a little bit, didn't it?
Yeah. I mean, boy. And I thought Hulk Hogan was going to be the controversy cherry on top of this controversy.
And what a job hosting he did. We got to see him
Boy.
for all of 3 minutes. Kudos to Hulk for
Reading
really
the script
Ooh.
exactly.
great
Now-
effort by Hulk.
Now, this is about the most chastened Hulk you're going to see in your life.
Fact.
So,
All that being said, the event, how do you rate it? Yeah.
considering we have a new Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, I give it a KOE Nation rating of 6.7 stars. But a true wrestling reading of the wrestling, 3 stars.
Well, considering I lost the title, worse than Backlash, worse than Hell in a Cell, probably the worst event in 20 years. Okay, fine. To be fair, I'm gonna be completely honest. Probably the worst overseas show of the year.
I'll give you that.
And there's only been, what, 3? So...
Super Showdown was actually really good.
yeah, I did enjoy that.
Greatest
This
Royal
one-
Rumble. I actually, you know what?
Yeah,
I was
it
down
was
with
good.
this one. Honestly, I think the controversies and everything surrounding it kind of subtracted from some
Yeah.
of the enjoyment.
It did.
But they
went
pushed
through.
they soldiered through, and they stuck with their booking. And you know
They
what?
gave good matches. The wrestling quality was good, regardless of the outcomes, regardless of the matchups. The wrestling was good. The tournament, personally, I felt they had a huge missed opportunity for nostalgia. Again, World Cup, why? Why wasn't it just King of the Ring?
Yeah, I think in future iterations they could. They could just bring back the King of the Ring and do that overseas.
There you go.
It would be wonder.
Makes no sense.
I'd watch it. So.
Yeah, I don't know. The wrestling was fine. It was a couple of the things I didn't like, especially the Braun match. I don't know. Was
They
not a
should
great.
have-
I'm going to give it 2 stars.
2. All right, I'm being a little more generous at 3
I
now.
understand why.
I could, maybe I'm being just a little
Yeah.
biased here, possibly, but as your new Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion. So, I'll give it to you now, Tony.
Well, feel pretty naked over here, but that's going to do it for us here at the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast. Thank you for joining us for the nefarious Crown Jewel event. I am Tony G, signing off, and I will hand it over to
the reigning, defending, Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast champion, Phil KOE. See you at Survivor Series, folks.